We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about Lisa. We're going to have a little trivia. And we're going to just talk and have some fun. So, everybody ready? Oh, I have a couple of announcements here. I have a couple of announcements for everybody. So, first of all, the last live stream we did, we had a problem with ads. So, I have totally disabled ads going forward for live streams. Now, you know the ways to support. There's PayPal, there's super chats, there's memberships, there's Venmo, there's so much stuff. So if you want to support, you know what to do. Like I said before, I'm not begging, I'm not forcing you. This is my hobby. This is what I enjoy doing. So this is what I do. Hey, Lori. And then secondly, I want to show off my mug. So I got a new mug, everybody. See? It's the Blue Suede Crew mug. And it's part of the Elvis A to Z official fan club, the Elvis Blue Suede Crew International Fan Club. And we have merch. So if you want to get one of these, or a t-shirt, or a notebook, or I think there's a duffel bag on there. There's a lot of cool stuff, and there's more stuff being added every day. But isn't that cool? Nice big mug for your coffee, or I think Patty puts soup in hers. But it says Blue Suede Crew over here and Blue Suede Crew over there. Awesome graphics too, right? So if you want to get one of those, I will put the link in the chat. That way y'all can have it. And keep checking back because honestly, all the proceeds from that go to charity. Oh, you can't see it very good? Is that better? Or I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do. Let's do this. Safari, where are you at? So this is it right here, folks. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. You got shirts, tank top, shot glass, notebook, iPhone case. I think my iPhone case is here. If not, it'll be here tomorrow. But there's the mug I just showed you right there. Yeah, that's why I pulled up the site so y'all can just see it. But the prices are very reasonable. Also, it goes nationwide. So even if you're not in the U.S., you can still order because the company Fourth Wall has shipping fulfillment centers everywhere. Like our friend Kirsty, for example. Our friend Kirsty, for example, she's in the UK, and she ordered something and got it in 2 days. Like if we were to ship it to her, it would take weeks. But little hey 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 mug, nice water bottle, tote bag. But there's a lot of stuff here, and like I said, all the proceeds go to charity right now. We are working towards the 50th and trying to get Cam there. So here's the link for the store, and check it out, and you never know. And if you want to become a member of the fan club, we have certain rules, but the options there. Just send me a message, send me an email, and I'll get you hooked up. There's a few questions you got to ask, and we're trying to keep it a very positive place. So, um, if you want to join, send me an email, and I'll get you set up with Rick, and he will get you part of the fan club. Okay, so we are going to talk about Lisa Marie tonight and the music they didn't see coming. Everybody ready? She had 3 studio albums, 5 duets with her father, and of course, one voice the world overlooked. Now, I bet you're saying, Kyle, she only had 4 duets with her father. But yet, there's a 5th one you may not know about, and that's in here. You will hear about it. Okay. Oh, speak of the devil, there's Rick. Hey Rick, I was just telling everybody about the fan club and the store. So I just showed off the store and told people that if they want to join to email me and I'll get them connected with you. All right. Let's get moving here. All right, so this is the timeline of Lisa Marie here. February 1st, 1968. Born 9 months to the day after Elvis and Priscilla's wedding. Fast forward to August 16th, 1977. Elvis dies. Lisa Marie is 9 years old. Then fast forward again to 1988. She turned 21. She inherited the entire Presley estate. 1994, she married Michael Jackson. Tabloids go into overdrive. In 2003, she finally answered the world with a guitar. And I want you to read to see what it says at the bottom there. It says, she didn't choose the legacy. She built her own. Lisa Marie was like, in my opinion, and she said this before, she didn't want to live in her father's footsteps. She wanted to be her own person. And I think she really did that because she didn't have her type of music was totally different than her father's. You know what I mean? Like there was that story I think of she wanted an Elton John vinyl for Christmas one year. And she literally told her father, and her father goes, "Who the hell is Elton John?" Now, I'm paraphrasing, of course, because I don't know the story off the top of my head, but that's just who she is. She's different than her father. And like I said, she didn't choose the legacy. She built her own. All right, time for our first quiz, everybody. All right, trivia time. How many studio albums did Lisa Marie Presley release in her lifetime? We have A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, D, 5. Everybody drop your answer in the chats. This is just for fun. There's no prizes or anything. We're just having fun. Oh, we got some answers. Got a couple C's right now. We got 3 C's. We got 3 C's. Give it a few more seconds here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is 3. C. Rick got it right. Kim got it right. Jerry got it right. And Savette got it right. Yay! Everybody. 2003, 2005, 2012. And Francis got it right. Yay, Francis! Yay, Natalie! I forget that I'm ahead of you, so that's why yeah. All right. Album number 1, April 8th, 2003. To Whom It May Concern. It reached number 5 on the Billboard 200 charts. It was certified RIAA Gold, and it was 100% written by Lisa Marie. You had 5 co-writes of Glenn Ballard. Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins co-wrote the song Savior, which was a B-side. And then she had VH1 Divas with Pat Benatar. Now, the other cool thing about this record, if you look at the linear notes for track 11, To Whom It May Concern, the title track, look at the backing vocals. You have 3 generations on one record here. You have Lisa Marie singing. You have Ben Keogh, which was age 10, and Riley Keough, age 14, doing background vocals. So I want to know in the comments, did you know that? Because I certainly didn't until I was searching one day, and I was looking through the linear notes in the album, and I saw Danielle Keough and Ben Keough. I was like, whoa. I did not know that. And then you learn something new every day, I guess, right? Kim, Kim, you knew that? Jerry knew that? Uh, I feel like my job is done because Francis learned something new, everybody. Yay, Francis! I'm in a good mood. I don't know why. I'm Rick, you didn't know that either? Oh, nice. I taught Rick something, everybody. Rick teaches me stuff all the time. So it's time that I repay the favor. All right. Moving right along here. So this is the track list for To Whom It May Concern. I think my favorite song off the album is Lights Out, of course. That song really hits deep now because she's buried in the backyard. You know what I mean? But I was just listening to it before and it really holds up. Like, you can tell how her vocals are raw and emotional. And out of these tracks, what are some of your favorites? That's my question. Yeah, I knew that, Rick. You adore that song. I like Nobody Noticed It too. That was written to Elvis, like a love letter. But the thing about Lights Out is, somebody asked her once. Oh, Kim, I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. We'll talk about that at the end. But somebody asked her once, why'd you put in the damn back lawn for Lights Out? And she said literally, because I couldn't find anything to rhyme with mother effer. Like, I think it really bothered her to have a cemetery in the backyard. Like, I don't know that I could do it. I don't know that I could live in a house with a cemetery in the backyard. I don't know. But just, especially if it's somebody that I knew and somebody that, like my family, that would be really awkward. And I don't know. I'm rambling, but it just feels weird. I don't know. But I get why she wrote that song, because someone did turn the lights out in Memphis. And that's the thing about that I don't get about people attacking Riley, right? If I was in Riley's shoes, I would remain in the background like she is, because I don't, personally, for me, I would imagine it's very hard for her to go to Graceland because of all the people buried in the backyard. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm just thinking out loud here, but I would think that imagine it's very hard for her to go to Graceland. I've also heard that the twins haven't been to Graceland since Lisa died either, which doesn't surprise me at all, but we're not going to get into that. No, you're right, Sven. It probably wouldn't work with us because we don't have pull. We don't have pull like Elvis did. We have we're just regular people. Um we're not famous celebrities that have millions of people following us. You heard the same, Kim, too? Yeah. I have my theories, but I'm not going to get into it here. It's a topic for another day. I remember that, Francis. I think I have that interview too. In fact, I wonder if I could play it. Hmm. Keep talking, friends. We're going to have some fun here. Because I have permission to play that video. So let's see here. Letterman, Lisa Marie. All right, I'm going to download it. And then we're going to watch it. Let's watch it, shall we? All right, it's downloading. Yeah, when he brought up Michael Jackson, and she goes, ah! She did not want to talk about Michael Jackson at all, and I don't blame her.
The following message was recorded by Mr. Vernon Presley at Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee.
Hang on.
Just a few days ago.
Our first guest has one of the most famous names in the history of popular music. Her debut CD, I have a copy of it right here, is entitled To Whom It May Concern, is in stores now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the program the lovely Lisa Marie Presley. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you very much for being here. Are you actually a little nervous?
I am so bloody nervous.
Really?
Come on. You got nothing to be nervous about.
That's right.
I'm nervous.
You have nothing to be nervous about. Why would you be nervous?
Well, because you've been ripping on me for, 7 years.
Oh, you mean making jokes about you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did that upset you? Did it make it hurt your feelings? Go ahead, tell a joke about me.
No.
Well, let me see that ring. That's enormous. That is huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess
What is that? Is that one of those, what do they call those things?
It's fake.
Oh. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for. And I was talking about your father's appearance here 46 years ago in this theater. That's amazing, isn't it?
It's very intimidating.
Yeah. Have you ever been in the Ed Sullivan Theater?
I haven't. This is the first time. It's very endearing. I did sound check earlier. It's really nice.
And you must have seen, of course, the footage of your father's performance that night.
Yes.
And that's when they had that silly thing about they couldn't shoot him from the waist down.
Right.
Do you remember any discussion of that later in his life around the house? Did that ever come up again? Did you ever hear any of that?
No. No, I think by then he had it figured out pretty well.
I think he did figure it out. And like I was talking to Paul earlier, in your own career, in your own life, what have you learned from your father? What is an important lesson from your father that you carry with you every day?
I can't say the word I'm thinking, but
No, go ahead, say it.
balls.
I'm sorry?
Balls.
I see. And in what context? You mean just to be a little tougher, a little braver?
You know, he just, broke through so many different,
Speaking of your father.
Yes, he, and then I somehow grew them somewhere along the line.
I did not know that.
I was not. And you wonder why I got nervous. Now you start to understand.
And what about his music? What songs? What era? What is your favorite song of his?
I'm sort of prone to the post '70s music.
And those songs would be, what are we talking about?
You know, like Kentucky Rain in the Ghetto.
Mm-hmm. In the Ghetto, yeah.
Older,
yeah.
you know.
Do you still listen to his music?
I do.
Yeah. Often, or you?
I have to be in a certain mindset, but yeah.
Yeah. Have you, and I guess I know the answer to this, but you must have been back to Graceland several times since you lived there, right?
Yeah, I go back 2 or 3 times a year.
And what is that experience like for you when you go back into this house and it's not really, it's identical, but it's not really the same, is it? It can't possibly be the same.
No, it is. It's not been touched, particularly the upstairs. It's kind of capsulized.
Yeah, but I mean emotionally, it can't be the same as it was when you were living there.
No, yeah. It's kind of, it's odd.
Yeah, how does it make you feel when you go there?
It depends. Sad, that type of thing.
Oh, really? It brings back sad feelings for you?
Well, good and bad. It's sort of a beautiful sadness, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And Michael Jackson, you were married to him for how long? What? About 2 years, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And was he as strange then as he is now? Well, first of all, that's unfair. Do you think he is strange?
Lately, I have the same opinion I think everyone else has.
Right. And what do you think happened there? Did something go wrong?
You mean since I was with him?
No, just as a guy. Let's just say that you had nothing to do with him, but just as somebody. I don't mean that the way people think I mean it. But just as somebody might comment on anybody else's career, what do you think went wrong there in his career, and if in fact something went wrong? I think something has gone wrong.
Something's gone awry. Yeah. I don't know what.
Yeah. Were there any signs of it when you and he were married?
I left.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, fair enough. Now tell me about, you have 2 kids of your own now.
Yes.
The older is 13, you said?
13.
Yeah, now when you're raising your kids, do you ever remember similar moments when you were a kid being raised by your family at home and bring back memories, and what would your father do? And do you ever have moments like that where you need that advice or that memory?
Nothing worked on me particularly.
Really?
No. And nothing's working on my daughter, so it's...
So she's very much like you were then?
Yes,
yeah.
She's headed there. She's a little more together than I was,
yeah.
somehow.
And what do you remember about your dad as your father? What memories do you have of him as just a guy?
I have a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually go into them because I don't really like it. It's odd for me to talk about that when I'm...
Right.
Something has got to be left of mine somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right, and I respect that. But you would be one of a handful of people that know things that nobody else would ever have a way of knowing about your father, and you want to keep it that way. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you and your family do for fun when you want to go to? I guess you go on vacation and stuff. What kind of things do you do?
I, go to Hawaii and travel, things like that.
Just normal stuff?
You're very good looking in person.
Well, that's very nice of you to say. And I think you couldn't be lovelier. My God.
Thank you.
What an attractive woman.
Thank you.
What do you think, Paul? How's it going?
Swingingly, Dave.
Yeah,
swingingly.
And in a minute, you're going to sing for us. Are you excited about that?
Yeah. Well, this is only my fourth time in front of a crowd, so.
Really?
And it's, of course, on national television,
Yeah.
so. I haven't...
And how do you like performing before a live audience? If you've only done it 3 times, it's exhilarating, isn't it?
It's a little nerve-wracking right now just because of the curiosity factor and the speculation and nerves thing is, I can feel it. So I have to I need to get my feet wet. They're sort of throwing the baby out with the bathwater with me right now.
But I think you'll do very well here tonight because these people are great. They're very supportive and
Yes,
they like
I see that.
They've taken a very nice... Well,
thank you.
It's a real thrill to meet you. It really, really
you.
is. I'm happy to meet you, happy to have you here, and I hope you come back. That was really terrific.
All right, that was Lisa Marie on David Letterman talking about just Elvis and stuff, All right, moving right on to Now What, and then Nothing. So this is from April 5th, 2005. Produced with Linda Perry. Had Pink on there. Aquira, Four Non Blondes. Had a parental advisory sticker on it. Because of... That was one thing about Lisa, man. She said what was on her mind, and she didn't care about anybody or what anybody thought. She just said it and let it go. Hey, Kirsty. The album debuted at number 9 on the Billboard 200 charts. And then it was 7 years of silence. So that was when she was doing her divorce in 2014, leaving the Scientology in 2014. I think her divorce was in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Opioid dependency after the twins were born in 2008. Yeah, filed for divorce from Lockwood in 2016. So, just like it always does, life took over, and it wasn't glamorous at all. So, from 2005 to 2012, the music just stopped. She put it on the back burner. And I really wish she didn't, because, and this is my opinion, folks, but I think she was at her happiest when she was doing music. I really do. And that's just my opinion. Yes, Francis, Lisa and Pink were very good friends. There's photos of them together. Pink was devastated when Lisa died. I think the whole world was devastated when Lisa died. She covered Don Henley's Dirty Laundry. But you know what's crazy? She refused to cover an Elvis song. And for a good reason, though, too, because like I said in the beginning, she wasn't trying to imitate her father. She was trying to do her own thing. And I commend her for that, seriously. There's a quote that I want to show you. Hold on. If I could spell. Here it is, right here. Let me fix this here. Boom. 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 Okay. It says right here. I'm trying to have my own thing, and I don't know if it's even possible. I didn't realize so many people actually think I'm trying to be like my dad. I'm not trying to be. I never set out to be. So that quote really speaks to me. Like, she literally didn't want to follow in her father's footsteps. She wanted to do her own thing. To me, that's shows strength and courage. That really does. Okay. Going back to the PowerPoint here. Oh, I didn't know that, Kim. That's good to know. She didn't want to cover his songs out of respect. Yeah, 100%. She wanted the songs to just speak for themselves. She didn't want to. She didn't want to put her own spin on them. She wanted to remember her father the way she wanted to remember him. Simple as that. All right, this is the track list from Now What. What are some of your favorites? I know for me, Idiot, Dirty Laundry, High Enough is great, Shine, and Thanks. Thanks is I think between Thanks, Dirty Laundry, and Idiot, those are my top three. I play Idiot all the time when I'm mad at people. That's my mad song. Right, Kim? Please remember me forever. Believe in me. Someone who's never going to let you down or let you go. I don't know the words. I just sing them. I just sing. I love how Kim just said, like, at the top of her lungs, idiot. No, I did not take any gummies, y'all. I did not take any gummies. Uh, all right, what other? All right, everybody. Quiz time! Who produced Lisa Marie's comeback album Storm & Grace in 2012? A. Rick Rubin. B. T-Bone Burnett. C. Linda Perry. D. Quincy Jones. Put your answer in the chat. A, B, C, or D. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. These questions are too easy. I gotta stump you. Everybody knows this one. I can't fool you. The answer is T-Bone Burnett. B. All right. Her comeback album, May 15th, 2012. Album number 3, Storm and Grace. What I heard was honest, raw, unaffected, and soulful. I thought her father would be proud of her. Listening beyond the media static. Lisa Marie Presley is a Southern American folk music artist of great value. So she ended up signing copies of that album at Sun Studios in Memphis, the same room Elvis first recorded in 1954. So full circle, everybody. Full circle. Storm and Grace is the album she was born to make. Rolling Stone. Full circle, the daughter of the king in the room where it all began. Yeah, Kim, those were taken in the in Dodgers room at Graceland. And then there's the thingamabobby. There's the whatchamacallit, the oh hell. I can't think of it. The woods in the backyard where she wasn't allowed to go. Come on, you can do it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So we're going to go back to another video here.
Our first guest has one of the most famous names in...
Not that video. We already watched that video. We're going to go to this video. This is from 2012, y'all. 2012.
Check it out. Memphis Jones at Graceland, maybe for the millionth time in my life. One of the biggest fans of Memphis music ever, right here. Of course, a huge chapter of that book is not just the man, Elvis Presley, but the Presley family. And dig this, I'm sitting next to Lisa Marie. I'm just going to give you a round of applause. I am thrilled. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you.
And can I just ask you right off the bat, when they said Lisa Marie is coming downstairs, to you, I mean, to me, that's like, hey, everybody get ready. But to you, is that just coming home?
Yes. Yes, I mean, I actually tried to use the trash compactor in the kitchen a minute ago that I used about 20 years ago, and I realized it didn't work. So yeah.
How about that? So when you see, like when you come and you see, you know, there's ropes, you know, where the public's not allowed to go, you're seeing your home. I mean, you're having memories and everything there.
Mm-hmm. You know, this couch, we used to play hide and go seek in here a lot when I was little. So
awesome.
Turn out the lights, go pitch black, and hide.
Oh, right, because downstairs down here, there's no sunlight.
There's no
that sounds
sunlight,
like fun.
there was no adults, there was no nothing.
That sounds dangerous.
It was.
Well, the Jungle Room, you know, here at Graceland, obviously there's things about it that the whole world is just, you know, like catchphrases. Everybody knows there's a Jungle Room somewhere out there. The Elvis fans know what it means more. The Jungle Room to you, that's a part of, you know, who you are, part of your childhood. What was it like, you know, just walking in the Jungle Room? There's a fountain, you know, there's carvings.
You know, the Jungle Room when I was little used to have a big screen television and one of those old style projectors in the room, in the middle of the room. So I would watch TV in there quite a bit, actually, at the time.
To you, it was a TV room.
Yeah, it was in front of the fountain. So I mean, we would watch. I remember actually watching Sesame Street in there a lot.
Sesame Street.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite character on Sesame Street? Just found this out for myself. A lot of soul searching. Cookie Monster. You got a favorite?
I love Cookie Monster, but I also I liked Oscar.
Oscar. Did you relate to Oscar somehow?
I just thought he was. I liked that he could go away in his trash can. I was fascinated by his trash can.
I don't know if you've ever done an interview where you're discussing Oscar the Grouch's trash can, but I'm going to go with this. Is your favorite part when he goes down looking for something and there's all kinds of,
yeah,
you can see his eyes?
I love that. And all kinds of stuff comes flying up. And also that he goes down really low, it echoes, and it seems to have a whole, you know, universe down there.
There's another
I was
life.
Fascinated. That and, you know, like I Dream of Jeannie used to have the same with her little bottle. I love that.
How about
I guess
that?
I like the idea of going somewhere and hiding.
That's kind of heavy. I like that. I'm gonna say this. Last night, Lisa Marie was at Sun Studio, and this is like, for me, this is a huge deal. I got to go out and watch her and the band sitting right over here. Some of the most incredibly talented, understated, unassuming musicians. They walk into the room, they plug in. You don't even know that you're standing in the room with a bunch of superstars, and the sounds that came out of the speakers in the control room last night floored me. Brand new album, Storm and Grace, the first song that I heard that they performed last night, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. I want to talk to you just a little bit about what it was like for you to go into the studio with your band, performing live, the same way that it did, half a century ago when, you know, young men like your father and those other country boys with a heart full of blues and a handful of the guitar walk into that room, 706 Union Avenue. Was that meaningful? Was that sort of a homecoming also?
It was, I was really moved when I got in there because I never, unfortunately, had the chance to get over there when I was, here or in Memphis. I never got a chance to go over there. So that was my first time there. And to just walk in and start singing in the room was, you're looking around at all these incredible photos and all the history, and it's mind-blowing. And everything happened in that room, and it's exactly the same. The tiles are the same, and it was I turned around, the band was grinning ear to ear. Everyone was just so excited and blown away to be there.
That's awesome. We were sort of hanging around next door in like the gift shop area. It used to be a little restaurant called Taylor's, and the piano player came over, and like you were saying, his mouth was hanging open, his eyes, he's just not blinking, and he was looking around, and he was struck by the history. I mean, the momentous history. I mean, the whole world has to reckon now that rock and roll has done more out of the middle of the 20th century in Memphis, Tennessee. It's done more to shape pop culture than anything else.
It's true.
And you saw that firsthand.
The blues.
The blues and rhythm and blues and rock and roll, it's one crazy storm that came out. Now, but when you were there last night and you were performing, did you, as you were singing, this music, you sort of described it. You've described that your lyric writing is sort of like channeling. As this was sort of coming through you, did you sort of feel yourself adding your name to that list of great musicians who made history?
I mean, I was so honored to be able to do that. I mean, it was an honor. It really was. It was, and then, the room is really simple, and it's just it's really old school to do it there. And that's also really amazing to be able to do that and experience that the way that it was done then, and then go in the control room and listen to it after. We were blown away at how good it sounded.
Yes, absolutely.
So
that can be a litmus test for a lot of bands, whether a band can show up in a room and really bring it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I was standing there with my mouth hanging open just listening to the music because you guys really brought it last night.
Well, thank you.
I'm not saying that because the camera's on. I've been saying it to everybody in my life since I left the studio last night. So
that's
so
sweet.
cool.
Thank you.
Elvis Week is coming up. In August, we're looking at the 35th anniversary, and it's going to be a big year. What does Elvis Week mean? I mean, to you, you've got a life, you've got a family, career. What does Elvis Week even appear on your radar?
Of course it does. I just make sure that everyone is going to be happy and everything's set up, and every year is different.
Do you have plans, personal plans for Elvis Week this year?
This year, I don't have them yet, but they will come to me very soon.
Someone's going to let you know what plans you've come up with?
No. I usually come up with it the last minute. That's normally how I work.
Sometimes I'll meet people just here in town. I'll meet people from all over the world that they've been saving for years. They want to come to Graceland. They want to go to Sun. They want to go to the places where rock and roll really had its first real impacts. And and they all want to talk about who owns Graceland. It seems it is important to maybe not the tourist, but definitely to the purist. It's important that Graceland doesn't turn over and become just a commodity, but that it maintains some integrity.
Absolutely.
Is that a struggle at all? I mean, I don't want you to let any cats out of the bag, but for you to maintain the integrity, the Presley name, the thumbprint, is that difficult for you to do and balance with your personal life?
No, because it's been running so well for so long. I own, just to clear the record.
Yeah.
I mean, we still my family, I still own Graceland
Awesome.
without question.
Awesome.
And it's nice to have investors and other people around, but they would never it's very endearing. I mean, it's very important to keep my family still. My cousin, is head of maintenance here still, and my other cousin is, head of operations, and I mean, it's a very family-run, well-oiled machine. Has been for years. No one is gonna ever change that.
Awesome.
I specifically, my mom is also really, really, really good at watching, quality control and all that kind of stuff. So she'll come in there, and I know, she'll set it straight if it's going awry.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. It is so important. And I know that this is going to be really valuable, for people to get to go to the Elvis.com website and hear you, sitting right here saying, the experience that you have is the experience that I'm intending for you to have. And that's a real strong connection.
Absolutely. I mean, the Graceland is mine and in my family. That it's the house itself and the entire grounds and everything part of it is 100% in my family and with us. Yeah.
Awesome. I heard you talking to someone last night about your cover art for the new album, that you shot it in some woods close by.
Yes, right over the white fence, over behind the church.
Right,
yeah.
right. So that's just on the north side. But on the album, I saw the images that were on the posters last night. It looked like you're just sort of in the middle of nowhere. That's just right here
It's in
in
the woods.
Graceland.
Yeah, it's right in the woods. It's right. There's a little road behind Graceland that goes up to the back.
Why did you Why did you choose that? I mean, of all the places in the world.
Because I was never allowed to go over there. It was always kind of forbidden, and I don't know. It was winter and it was woods and seemed like it went really well with the whole
Cool.
body of work of the album. I was never allowed there because it was kind of creepy over there. It was also public property, so anybody could be there in the woods, kind of lurking.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So I was always protected from going that way. And anyway, it's nice to just be able to run free
Just doing your
in
thing
the
there.
trees.
Kind of just sticking it to the man.
Right? Yeah.
Cool. The single that I heard of you guys chose for the single, I really enjoyed all the songs, and the lyrics were they're profound and artful and tasteful. There's a lot of inspiration I was able to glean. I was sort of able to put my own story on your story. But the main single, like the thing that's going to be presented first, You Ain't Seen Nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. That's a statement. And and last night you told me you didn't feel like that was a confrontational statement. But what is that statement like to the Elvis fan? Let me put it like this. To the Elvis fan who's diehard, and for the past 20 years they've loved Elvis, and they do not know that they're about to become just as diehard for Lisa Marie Presley, and just one song. What is that? How is this going to reach the public who doesn't know you that well yet?
I don't know, but what you said is very important to me about, you make your own story when you hear the song. So I don't that's an important thing for a songwriter to be able to do, regardless of who I am and where I came from. I mean, just that I can write a song and have someone make it their own somehow is really important to me. That's just kind of what I do, and it reaches people, and it makes them make their own story, and that's all I can hope for,
It's a connection. You're just sort of you're making yourself available to the listener, and you're letting them connect.
I'm writing. It's like I'm writing. I take whatever my perspective or what I've heard, what I've seen, what I'm thinking, first, second, third person, literal, metaphorical, and then I labor over lyrics for hours and hours and hours and phrases, trying to make it so that it's universal for everybody. So if anybody listens to it, they can feel it. Because that's what's important about music.
Man, that's fascinating. I write songs too, but as I'm listening to you talk about writing, why do you write? You've written all your life. I watched you in an interview saying when you were in your kid, you kind of journaled. You just have always written. What is that? Why do you do that?
I don't know. It's the one. I mean, I'm kind of. I don't know. It's some kind of a therapeutic thing for me.
You just write it all out.
To write.
Do you keep journals?
Not anymore. No.
Oh, I got
Not
you.
after I've seen what happens.
That sounds like
to
wisdom.
people
I got you. Oh, wow.
I mean, I wish I would lose it is the problem.
Yeah.
I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached to me. So it would be a mistake for me to be writing a journal, I think.
Awesome. But you've just been a writer all your life, and now you've moved that into, just. Do you consider yourself a songwriter? Like, could I tell people, yeah, Lisa Marie is a songwriter? Is that like how you define?
I would like to. I mean, that's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I'm proud of. That's just what I do.
Well, you're great at it. You're great at it. I just loved it so much. And you know what? I mean, like, my bag is music from the first decade and a half of rock and roll, and things that are newer than that. When I was a younger man, I had ears for it, but the more import that I find in the classics, I'm talking about, the explosion of Memphis music. Mm-hmm. I just can't really hear a lot in modern music that I enjoy because I'm looking for an integrity or a purity. Mm-hmm. And so I was really, really shocked. I was floored last night at the impact that the musicians, the music, and the lyrics, and your vocal style had on me. I was really, really impressed. And I know, I'm not just saying this, I'm not a salesman, and I ain't getting a kickback. I'm just saying, I know that if you'll give an earball to this album, you will love it. Put 2 of them in there, you'll love it twice as much. I think it's great.
I need to have you around more often.
Am I good for it? Your mom said in an interview that you were born to do this. That you were born to do this. And I also read online that this is the album that you were born to make. It's 2012, got a new release. Do you feel like that's someone trying to put a label on you or put a sticker on you, or do you think yes, when I'm doing my thing, apart from, the obligations that I have, when I'm doing my thing, was this the album you were born to make?
I think so. I mean, I had to go through a little bit of process to get to here, but
What do you mean?
definitely, I mean, I had to. The other two records I had to kind of find my way. It's like being in a closet and trying on a lot of different clothes, and then you put on the right outfit.
Gotcha.
So I feel like this is the right outfit.
And here I am sitting next to Lisa Marie Presley. You've got a Twitter
I do.
account. Is that? It's
I've
Lisa,
just started
Lisa
about a month and a
Presley.
half ago. I just
Do
started.
you hate it? You love it?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I do. I like a lot of it. I do actually like it. It is. I could see how it would. It's addictive. You want to.
Yeah.
I could see how it would take me. But I try to. I have to.
So do you want 1 billion people to be following you on Twitter?
Oh, do I want 1 billion?
All right,
people?
we'll cut it in half, a jillion. I'm not a mathematician. I don't know what half a billion is. Would you like for me right now to ask the editors to put your Twitter account right on the bottom, right down here? Would that be cool?
Absolutely.
Make it
Whatever you
happen.
feel like doing.
Cool. Listen, if you have $15 laying around, you need to be spending it on an album, or you need to be spending it on a plane ticket coming to Memphis, Tennessee to experience Elvis Week. I'm going to stand up when we're done here, and I'm going to shake this off, and I'm going to try to convince myself that it really happened. A living legend, part of the legacy of Memphis, Tennessee, Lisa Marie Presley. It is my honor.
Likewise.
Thank you so much.
Likewise.
Boom!
Awesome.
That just happened.
I felt, I knew the history of it, and I was trying. It was very emotional to play there. I walk out. I just felt, I don't know. I just felt kind of overwhelmed when I walked out. To be honest, I could feel everyone. I knew it was just between the history of it and then my whole family being there in Memphis and my first show, my concert here and stuff like that. It was emotional. Being here I love being here. It's very, very, very special. I'm very protective of it. My babies now love it. Well, the things that I like to share with them are the things that I used to do, like tearing across the lawns today on the golf cart. The babies love that. They scream in and their arms out, and, they want their own. The kids love it, too. When my other kids come, they like to get on the golf carts. That's what we used to do. It was just kind of a big playground, really. So having dinner here is always important. Having the family come, seeing my family. And then doing all the things I used to do. So I take them around and explain what everything is and, show them around. Now they're starting to process it a lot more now. And, I love it. It's my best memories and all that were here, so. I remember him recording in there, yes. I remember everything being really quiet. I remember there was a red light that would go on when he was singing. It was Moody Blue, correct? Yeah, I remember him doing that in there. I remember him singing Little Darlin' in there. I was right outside, I was in there. Everyone was super careful because it was, everyone needed to be quiet, and the red light would go on. Everybody was dead quiet, but it was very exciting. So I remember it well. It's really special. I feel protective of it. I haven't done it yet, so I know that other people have been in there and recorded. I haven't done that, so it's fun. It's strange to work here because I've lived here my life. I don't think of it that way, but I'm very protective of it. I'm watching everything going in and out today. I was like, oh, it's just making we're moving their furniture, and I get protective. But yes, it's I haven't done it yet, so I'll see. But it's gonna be it's fun. I always have the same sort of process when I'm writing, so it's always been the same. I just sit and I let it come and it comes, and then, this record's just a lot more organic and natural, and simplified, which is kind of what happened in my life anyway, so kind of just went along with it. I just kind of grew up, I guess, and this is what became of it. It's very comfortable now and effortless, I guess. I love it, we're having a great time. I'm having fun. It's a great tour. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you. We love you.
Don't go to LisaMariePresley.com because it don't exist anymore because whoever's in charge of her estate don't care. Go to RememberingLisa.com. That's my site. They don't want to have a site? I built one myself. Yeah, when you want something done, do it yourself, honestly. Okay, that footage, man, at the end of Lisa and I think it was Harper, got me. Like, I'm trying to hold back the tears. Like, I miss her so much. And I feel for those girls, seriously. Okay, so Storm and Grace. This album is almost impossible to find. If you do find it on eBay, let's say, for example, it goes for $100. I've seen them go for $100 up to $1,000. Like, it is uber and super rare. The only place you can find it is digital on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, stuff like that. You cannot get a physical copy of it unless you buy it used. They put it out in 2012, and they never remastered it, re-released it, nothing. You would think after she died, you would think that they would have done something, but nope, because apparently they don't think. But anyway, I'm turning negative. I don't want to be negative. I want to be. This is a happy time. So moving right along. Once again, if you find it, if you own a physical copy of it, you're holding on to something rare. So keep that forever. Seriously. All right. So you ain't seen nothing yet. My favorite off this album is How Do You Fly This Plane? Because this is way before Ben died. But if you look at it from that perspective and you think about it, it really fits the place. Like, how do you survive after somebody you love dies? And Francis, to answer your question, I don't think it's up to Riley. I think it's up to whoever the label is. I believe it's Capitol. Capitol Nashville has to release it, which they're not going to do because it costs money. Everything costs money. But what's your favorite song from Storm and Grace, y'all? Over Me, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet, Weary, Close to the Edge, So Long, Unbreak, Soften the Blow, Storm of Nails, How Do You Fly This Plane, Forgiving, and Storm and Grace. I mean, I could be totally wrong, Francis, too, but I just have a strong feeling that it's out of Riley's hands. Sadly. I'm sure that she, as probably executor of her mom's estate, she could push for it, but she can't just say, "Oh, let's re release it." Doesn't work like that. Just like the same reason why Elvis movies haven't been, um, or why Epic took forever to come out because you gotta license everything. All right, we touched on this earlier, but I just want to reiterate. Hey, Stingray, you're not being rude at all. We're, we're here to have fun and to talk. You're not being rude. I just want to go back to this for a minute here. So track 11 off the first album, To Whom It May Concern, featured Ben and Riley in the background vocals. So when we're done here, go to YouTube, go to iTunes, go to Spotify, go to wherever you get your music from, and listen to that album and see if you can hear their voices. That's what I'm going to do when I'm done with this. All right, quiz time. Where did Elisa Marie record the duet I Love You Because with Elvis? Abbey Road, London. Graceland Music Room. Sun Studios, Memphis. Or RCA Studios in Nashville? Oh, it's Cam. Hi, Cam. We have royalty with us. All right, we got two answers for Sun. Anybody else? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You can't sleep. Well, glad you're with us, Cam. No sleeping allowed when you're with Elvis and Lisa. Man, I cannot stump you. Everybody knows the answer. Congratulations, everybody. Nothing. Story of my life. Okay. So we have 5 duets that Lisa did with her father. You have Don't Cry Daddy in 1997. In the Ghetto, 2007. I Love You Because, 2012. Where No One Stands Alone, 2018. And then there's another one that has not been released. That's the 5th one. You'll Never Walk Alone, 2023. They played it at Graceland after her death during Elvis Week, but it has never been officially released. And I wish I could get my hands on it. I really do. I really do. All right, we're going to go to one last interview here. Then we're going to wind down here.
So congratulations to you both. I love the single, love the album too. When you were a kid, did you sing with your father?
No, I didn't sing with him. He would wait. He had this habit of like just putting me on a table in front of everybody and saying something to me. And sometimes I did, and sometimes I was too shy.
Just a little bit of pressure then.
Yeah, but I didn't know that in that way. I just always thought it was funny. He used to just come here, sing blah blah for them.
Yeah.
You know.
How great. And so pulling this whole album together as well, I mean, to get those people from the past, it's a bit of magic.
Yeah, it really was. I mean,
Hello,
the whole concept
How
of the
are
record
y'all
was a bit
doing tonight? I
magical.
thought I'd have a little fun.
Thinking, because
My little
Elvis
panda.
loves gospel music above
Give me
all,
some
and it wasn't just
love.
his favorite music. It really, it's what grounded him.
Anyways,
It's what
guys,
he
I
really
just wanted to
loved.
touch
When he
base
was
with y'all.
upset, it's what he would go to after a couple of
I
concerts.
wasn't
He's
feeling
always
too good
listening to
yesterday,
gospel.
and I feel fine
And
today.
it was
It's
a really
just
magical
my
progression
son has a
that
birthday
led
party
to,
that he
Lisa
has to
doing
go
this
to really
tremendous
early on
performance.
Saturday.
And what was the most obvious
And I
is
don't think
every
I'll be able to
single
put in a
musician who
late
was on
night
this record,
live on
even though
Friday
Elvis had passed
because
for
we have to
many,
get
many
up so
years, was
early.
trying to impress
So,
him like I'd never seen before in a studio.
how about I go live
Everyone was
on
trying to
Saturday when we
do
get
their
back?
best for.
I'll advertise
You know,
it
we
and I'll
were all
let you guys
crying
know at least a
in
couple
the
hours
control
before
room
I come
while Lisa
on.
was performing.
And
It just really
we'll
was
go
magical.
over.
So they were crying. How did you feel? I mean, you've done it before, but again, maybe as time goes on, do your feelings change?
I was thinking technically what harmony above or below and stuff, and then I hadn't read then I looked at the lyrics and I was like, oh my God, because I wasn't familiar with this particular song. And I was just like, oh my God, this is my life right now. And I don't think I sang it very much. It was maybe 3 or 4 takes, but whatever, I just felt really emotional. It's never pleasant to sing and cry. It just doesn't happen you just can't do that in a good way. So I had to keep my composure a bit, but yeah, I felt very connected to him and to the song.
You know, I was lucky. I had my dad for most of my life. From, you know, to like a good age. You lost, obviously, your dad younger. But do you, like, talk to your dad? Do you think about him every day? How does that work?
No, I don't. I wouldn't say I talk to. I just remember everything and all the, I just can sort of pull out of the files, whatever memory I had and stuff like that. I just hope that he's, maybe occasionally ask for help.
Yeah.
Which was the case with this record too. Like I just felt like a hand came down to me, like
really?
this, It felt like that a little bit.
Because I mean, the words are just so powerful, aren't they?
Yeah, because I read it and I thought, my God, I know his struggles. A lot of people know what those were. I just had the same struggles. In the last few years, I had a really rough go. So it was like the perfect thing. Like, I was like, okay, he went through this, and he's gonna help. Maybe this is some kind of sign. That's why I did it. It was just, it felt like a sign of some sort.
And the concept for this started, in the 3 a.m. in the back of Graceland, where it just hit me. I was speaking with a film director, and it was just that this was the right time and place. And I had asked Lisa after she had done the recording. By the way, after the take she did after the gravitas, after the weight hit with the words, was the take that you hear on the record. It's one of the most incredible takes. You can't, discern where Elvis ends and Lisa. Is it above? Is it below? And it's one of the most incredible performances I've ever heard in my life. But I asked her afterwards. I said, if you could ask your dad, if you could say one thing to your dad, what would it be? And she said, a little bit of help. And I think what's really happening here is that this is the help that her dad's able to give her.
Growing up and watching your dad and obviously hearing all his love of gospel, but was your dad quite religious as well, would you say?
Very, very much so.
Yeah?
Very much so. He always had books stacked up this high next to his bed, and they were all religious. If you go up to his bedroom, there's a little office connected, and there's just nothing but books of every religion and every kind of, it's a million Bibles, and, he was constantly searching, and he was very connected to gospel and that sort of thing.
Obviously, we're just here in the shadow of Graceland as well, and there is that area where the public are not allowed. Is that an area then when you can go for like a little bit of solace?
Absolutely. It's the one place I feel the safest ever.
Really?
Is if I get the key that I keep the key to upstairs with me. If I take that key and just like shut that door up there, which is just his room and my room, and kind of where he was his sort of sanctuary. If I can just sort of shut that door and like feel the safest and the calmest that I could possibly feel is upstairs.
And is it just the same as it always was?
Exactly the same.
And was that bit of the house, because it was the private rooms, is that not as showy? Is that a good description? It was just more like a home, it was bedroom?
Oh, it's showy.
Yeah.
It's got long red, no, not red, shag carpet that's about that long, black bed, red walls, gold, everything here and there. It's not.
And also got the new exhibit as well. So again, the memories, I mean, are there like memories coming back that you thought, oh my goodness me, I completely forgotten that?
Yes, very much. I was like, why an exhibit on me? Nobody cares. Who cares? I don't know. And then I went in, And I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool too.
Anything particularly in this new exhibit that hit home, or it was different, or something that was almost new to you?
There was a quote on the wall as I was leaving the exhibit, and it said something like, becoming a father is the best thing that ever happened to me. And I had never seen it before. Last night was the first time I saw it, so it was really cool.
Wow. What did that feel like? I mean, really, really feel like?
That I knew there was a great love there, you know. I knew that there was a really strong connection since the minute I can remember. So, and it kind of reinstates what I felt was the truth, which is that. I felt like I was the most important thing to him, and I felt like our relationship was special, so it was something that kind of acknowledged that.
Yeah. Because you've often said about being daddy's girl and getting away with things.
Yeah. Yes, I was a absolute terror.
What was the worst thing as a kid?
Well, one of the I just saw in the video. There's a running sort of home video section.
Yeah.
And as we were doing an interview earlier, I looked at the screen and I see myself as like maybe 3, 4, and I grabbed somebody, tried to take a present from me or something, and I was like ripping it back, knocked the person over. Yeah. So I'd never seen that one before either.
You were a monster.
That was a little terror.
And what has surprised you as you've delved back into all these incredible songs and these incredible memories? Has anything surprised you, Joel?
Just the performances. They're awe-inspiring when you listen to take after take, because we were able to go back into, you know, the masters and really alternate takes and a lot of things you have never heard before. It's just how effortless it was, but it was effortless, but at the same time, every gospel song that he recorded, he sang it as if it was the first and it was the last time he ever sang it. He sang it like he was coming, you know, that nothing mattered before and that nothing mattered after, and the passion, and it was amazing. And then when Lisa with the duet with, you know, it was just so amazing that she actually, after feeling the words, after really, you know, getting comfortable with them, gave that same type of performance. If anyone ever doubted that Lisa, you know, obviously she looks so much like her dad, but if you ever doubt it, listen to them singing together, and that would be proof enough in a court of law for me. So it's just it's amazing how she really, you know, Elvis is to me the greatest performer of the modern time. And for her to be able to step up and sing with her dad, it wasn't just, hey, you know, I'm going to do this. She was there with him. And when you hear it, it's like, is that Lisa? Is that her dad? Is that Lisa? Is that her dad? And I've never heard that before in any type of situation like this. Just extraordinary.
Is there anything that you're discovering about your father? Because, you know, we all feel, because growing up with him, watching him, we've listened, we've heard. Are there any things as you go along the way that you go, oh my goodness me, never knew that?
Nothing surprises me at all anywhere, but it's not surprising, but it's very comforting how many people come every year constantly, you know, and how much people love him, how much people want to still hear from him, and you know how important this place is, Graceland, and the hotel, and all the different attractions, and trying to accommodate people to stay longer than just, you know. And people want to stay, so we're kind of, it's expanding pretty rapidly. And I find that, you know, that to be compelling.
And it's not only Elvis, it's people truly care about Lisa, they truly care about her being happy, they truly care about her being successful. And it's really the song and the album, Where No One Stands Alone, and Where No One Stands Alone is Graceland.
Like having an extended family.
Yeah.
About 20 million of them.
When it does come to the madness, and, you know, here's another Elvis story, another conspiracy theory, whatever, do you read any of these? Do you just dismiss them? Do you laugh at them? I'm just always intrigued at how you would deal with them if you do have to deal with them.
I am dealing with all the ones about me. I can't be bothered with anybody else at the moment. No. But, you know, I don't take, I can't take it. You know, I don't take it seriously. If you're talking about the crazy, sensationalistic, nutty stuff, yeah, I just don't read it.
It would have been interesting as well, and so lovely, for him to have been able to give you advice.
That would be amazing. I would I would very much wish that could happen. Because I do feel like, you know, he would be there. He would protect me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the protection that I haven't ever had since I was 9. And so I think, especially recently, I think that he would absolutely protect me, which is a nice feeling knowing that he would, you know, and that's kind of why this song, that's why I did it. It just fell in my lap, and I thought, oh, I'm really connected to it right now, and for some reason this is happening, and I need to do it.
And in terms of your own words as well, I mean, you know, you've spoken about it before, about a biography, and you know, coming out and setting all the records straight as well. Is that something that you still...
Oh, that was tabloids again. Yeah. There's been no...
You've never thought about doing it?
I will absolutely do one. I just don't know when. I haven't had time to think about that. I'm still in the middle of a psychological thriller right now, and when it's over, maybe I can write it.
And also, you know,
meaning my life.
Yeah,
okay,
of course.
good.
Yes, no, yeah. Get through that episode first.
Right.
Yeah. You'll be looking forward to that, some kind of closure.
I'm very much looking forward to that.
The last chapter.
Exactly. Not the last. Let's not go there.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, that's a bit too dark. But yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Actually, I was just thinking that when you're talking about your father and those words about him becoming a father, and then when you became a mother, and then when, you know, Riley said, "I'm going to go into the business," what would you take then?
I felt like Riley had a really good head on her shoulders. If I had a child that did not, didn't seem to be strong in themselves, I wouldn't allow it. Riley was absolutely like, I'm going to model for money, and then I'm going to act, and then I'm going to be a director. And I was like, okay. She had a whole plan, and she did everything she said she was going to do. So I wouldn't do that, though, if I felt there was uncertainty or vulnerability or a weakness. You know, I would try to have them hold until 18.
And also great as well, you can then impart the advice that we're talking about that sadly your dad wasn't able to give to you.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I live each day like it's the last with them now. You know, I really soak in everything.
What was the hardest bit for you when you were coming to producing this album, Joe?
You know, I think there was the song selection, because I think it was very clear in my mind, and I think Lisa felt a lot of the same ways. I think the single was the slowest because it wasn't a huge hit. It wasn't a gospel song that people were used to, but you know, there were versions like Saved, you know, because Saved isn't a classic gospel song, but it's just such an amazingly powerful song. And what I looked for was the passion. So what I tried to do is I listened to Elvis, and the way I was able to listen to him was listen to his performances. And you could tell when he loved the song. You can tell when he sang that song like no one else had ever sang that song before, and maybe the last time he'd ever sing that song. So it was feeling a certain way, getting something, and then getting everyone else on board. But the hardest part might have been just getting through it because it was so emotional. You know, it's just you know, crying in the chapel, tears of joy. You know, there are so many tears of joy that have been shed in this project that it's definitely, you know, something I'll never forget. And working with Lisa and just hearing Lisa in the same studio that her dad had recorded 50 years before. So she sang, you know, the song in the same studio that he had done the audio for the '68 special in. And just that gravitas being there was just really so amazing and special.
What do you think you've learned from this, or what will you take from this experience now, do you think?
It was done out of a labor of love. I mean, Joel had a vision. I thought he was nuts singing, you know, on this thing. So when I went in and then I heard the first copy, I was just like, I forgot if I was singing the lower or the higher harmony on some parts. And it felt really right. I didn't know what was happening. I followed what his vision was. I listened. I went in. I was very pessimistic about it, and you know, my head is so far up my own rear with problems and situations that I needed to get it out of there long enough to do something productive in all this. trying to have something good happen now, you know, and it was, and it is. And it feels like, like I said, it feels like a hand came out or down or, and that's really been moving. It just feels right. It's one of those things. I've just followed it, and it's right.
Oh, Lisa, if only you knew what the future would hold for you. All right, we're almost done, guys. It's been time flies when you're doing these things. Seriously. So, You'll Never Walk Alone, never released to the public on August 15th, 2023, 6 months after Lisa passed. During Elvis Week, Graceland Soundstage, a celebration of Lisa Marie Presley. They played it for the fans. Yep. Now, I've heard it, but I don't have a copy of it, so, and even if I did, I can't play it anyway. So, maybe one day they'll release it. I'm very hopeful, but as of right now, it has not been released. All right, so January 10th, she attended the Golden Globes. We know the story. January 12th, she passed away. The 22nd, Memorial. And then, of course, after she passed, all three albums entered the iTunes Top 20. And then her memoir came out in October 2024. We know the story. Simple as that. So, in closing, y'all, she didn't chase her father's shadow. She walked right through it. And you know what she left behind? The records, the duets, the world she put on paper is absolutely worth listening to. So if you have Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, or just plain old YouTube, just go and listen to Lisa tell her story. And in closing, y'all, I wrote this song back when the book was released. Well, I had this AI write it, but it's called From Here to the Great Unknown. And we're going to play it as we go out. So I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. We've had fun, we've laughed, we've cried, we've learned a lot about Lisa. And I want to thank everybody for joining me on this journey, for being here with me tonight and just having fun. So with that, folks, we're going to put you onto the song, and then I'm going to put you back to your own devices. So thank you all for joining me. And I'm going to steal Shauna's line. You could have went to any Elvis channel tonight, but in fact, you came to this one. So for that, I'm grateful. And you know what? I'll see you on the other side.
In the heart of grace and storied halls, a daughter's voice through paper calls. From shadows where her father's grown, she journeys to the great unknown. With every page a soul laid bare, a life of love and lost repair. From gilded rooms to fields of stone, she's guided by the great unknown. From here to the great unknown, where memories are seeds that sown. A family's tale, a queen's own throne. She ventures through the great unknown. In the echoes of her lineage fame, she writes her story, speaks her name. From velvet dusk to morning's tone, steps into the great unknown. A tapestry of joy and pain, in every word a drop of rain. Beneath the stars a light has shone to guide her through the great unknown. adventures through the great unknown.
IMEP Vault. IMEP Vault. Uncover what they hide, uncover what they won't.